And this is session 3 of Fill Your Fridge. How's everybody doing this week?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, what have been some of your successes and some of your failures so far, Natalie?
Um, well, I got a personal trainer that I'm going
Mm,
to start with in the next 2 weeks. I'm really excited about that. Um, let's see. It was kind of a hectic week for me. So probably 3 days of the week I actually ate out for dinner,
hmm
but I think I made good choices. So I didn't really use a lot of my um, grocery stuff. So that's probably going to get thrown over to next week,
Okay. And when you say you made
whatever I
good
bought for this week.
choices, that's great. Okay.
hmm
When you say you made good
Well,
choices,
I
what?
tried to do. Like let's see. One night I went out and I had a grilled whole fish and a salad.
Uh-huh.
Um, and another night I went out and had um, chicken basil and kind of stayed away from the rice. So I had extra vegetables instead of rice.
hmm Great. Actually, one of the
Yeah, so
topics
I
that
was aware.
one of the topics we're going to touch on today is eating out. How do we make good
Yeah.
choices when we're out and we're about and we want to enjoy ourselves, but we also want to keep our goals in mind? So that's awesome. And congratulations on getting a personal trainer.
Yep.
Um,
Thank you.
Funnily enough, we have a trainer on our call today,
Oh, awesome.
and she's
Hi,
going.
Natalie. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
Jen will be talking to us about meal planning for fitness. So we'll be moving into that in just a little bit. We just lost Ken, unfortunately. Um,
I'm I'm still here on audio, but I lost the video. I'm going to try and get back in.
okay. Well, while we've got you on audio, Ken, tell us about your successes and failures this week.
Well, the successes are not there. It was, like I mentioned very quickly, it was a busy week. I did not plan my time correctly. I was out of town last weekend, and Sunday was just exhausted. So I didn't do any of the meal planning like I should have, and so, whoops. So nothing happened this week with the meal planning. So it was a complete bust. But what I learned from it is, if it's going to be important to me, I need to set aside the time to get it until I get to the mastery level.
Yeah. And so I would like to suggest that that's a huge success
I'll
because
take it.
it's when we're learning new skills, and of course we all want to be great at it to begin with, but we are going to try things out. We're going to realize, oh, that doesn't quite work, and then we're going to fine tune our method. So
Okay.
I just want to say that that's a fantastic thing for you to learn so early on.
Well, good. And like I said, last week was just such a breakthrough with the shopping and all that stuff. I now I realize both sides of the coin, and just taking the first couple of steps that, I'm really looking forward to making my meal plan for next week, bringing the breakfast stuff that we learned last week and the sports stuff we're going to learn today, that it could be a really good week coming up.
Awesome. I would like us to read, just to set the intention for today, and to remind you guys, the intention of the whole course is to empower the participants, which is you guys, in becoming the experts on your bodies and your lives, and to teach you about healthy eating options and lifestyle choices. Part of that is also giving us a group of people that are all working on the same goals so that we have accountability and we have support. And I can't stress enough the value of that. We often get caught up in, oh, I'm doing it on my own and I have my life and I have to do this. And if we remember that we actually do have some support out there, some people to help remind us what we're working towards, it sometimes makes it easier to refocus. So I'd like to take the opportunity before we jump into Jen's portion to just reread that welcome to your program document. So I'm going to pull it up on my screen. Ken, are you back on video? There you are.
Okay, I think I'm starting to now. Yeah, I think I finally got it working.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Why don't you kick us off, Ken?
Okay. Congratulations. You just made an exceptional commitment to yourself and your future. I truly look forward to working with you during the coming exploration of meal planning and healthy eating. I love working with intelligent, motivated clients, and I'm looking forward to our work together.
Go ahead, Natalie.
We'll have amazing sessions where we will discuss your progress as well as your successes and challenges in looking after yourself. You will experience major changes in your life, and I'm honored to contribute to this process.
Jen, do you want to join in? Oh, you're on the phone.
No, I'm with you. I can see.
Oh, okay.
Since I just don't have a camera for myself.
Oh, got it.
Since most of this program occurs outside of our sessions while you are living and eating in your daily life, ultimately the results depend on you. What you put in, you will get out. Please read and sign the following.
And we'll take 3 points of these each. Dearest body of mine, after careful thought and consideration, I hereby promise to honor you as the temple of my soul. I promise to offer you healthy foods and drinks. I promise to realize that you deserve to be healthy.
I hereby promise to overcome the addictions that hurt you. I promise to love and appreciate you for what you do. And I promise to accept that I have the power to heal you.
I promise to adorn you with nice, comfortable clothes and shoes. I promise to realize that laughter, play, and rest help you feel good. I promise to exercise regularly and appropriately for my body type.
I promise to accept you and be grateful for you just the way you are. I promise to listen to messages you are sending to me when you are hurt or sick. I promise to understand that my unexpressed emotions and thoughts affect you.
And most important, I love you so much. You know, it's so easy for us to forget these. And we get busy. And we focus on everything that's outside of ourselves. And then we feel it. So I really highly encourage you to print this out and put this somewhere, sign it, so you put your word to it, and then put it somewhere where you can see it. So thank you very much, you guys. I appreciate you reading that with me. And now I would like to welcome Jen Esposito. And Jen, I'm going to allow you to give your own introduction.
Oh, sure. My original education is as a doctor of chiropractic. I practiced for 5 years in group practices and individual practice in the New York City metropolitan area. And then I fell down a flight of stairs and tore up the cartilage in my wrist. And I rehabbed my wrist for about a year and realized that it was unlikely for me to continue to practice in a healthy way with an injured wrist at the cartilage level because healing takes a long time with that. So I managed medical practices for about 10 years, including a large cardiology practice. While I was in the process of managing medical practices, I realized that the concept of traditional Western medicine was a little contradictory to how I wanted to live. So I went back to the roots of my undergrad and graduate school in preparing as a chiropractor and went back to the chemistry of the nutritional aspect of how my body works and went back to the physiology and kinesiology from an exercise perspective on how my body works from a musculoskeletal viewpoint. While I was managing medical practices, I went on to get certified as a personal trainer, a youth fitness trainer, a TRX instructor, and a certified specialist in performance nutrition, which is really geared towards people getting where they need to go from a nutritional standpoint to meet their athletic goals or their fitness goals. Now I am the owner and operator of a gym in Parkland, Florida that's open 24 hours a day, and it's part of a larger group of gyms called Anytime Fitness. And we work with people here from ages 14 to 84 and everybody in between. I've worked with clients in the past that were 400 pounds coming down and 89 pounds coming up with a variety of health issues. And I have found that much like the information that's been presented to you from Rachel, listening to your body and being consistent with making good choices is really what it's all about. Nobody's perfect. We're just a work in progress. But being aware is really key and important. And then fine-tuning things from that awareness is really how we all continue to be healthy and improve.
Great. So I have the PDF that you emailed to me. Do you want me to pull that up, or do you want to just talk
Sure.
about what you've got in mind? I'll pull that up.
No, we can pull that up because it's pretty basic.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted you guys to have some general rules because on a call like this, it doesn't really have the environment to deal with people one-on-one with their very specific issues. So I wanted you to have a takeaway that even if you made the changes that are in these in conjunction with what Rachel is recommending for you, you could really have a lot more energy for your fitness goals. Some of the things that we touched on at the very beginning of the call, even when you guys were all just coming on, was how influential it can be whether or not you have carbohydrates, fats, and proteins in your diet and you're trying to work out. So these are just a few guidelines for you. Some of it's very common sense, but even just these 5 things that you've already probably discussed along the way with Rachel would go a long way towards helping you feel better and have more energy for working out. Some of the basics that we talk about when we're talking about people's goals, the goal could be to lose weight. The goal could be to maintain weight. The goal could be to gain weight. And each one of those goals has some tweaks in terms of strategy. You'll see if the goal is to reduce your weight, I recommend that you use protein as a primary source of calories and be paying attention to where your carbs are coming from. Somebody who's looking to reduce weight and still meet their energy needs, I would have them have an abundance of carbohydrate-rich vegetables rather than fruits and dairy. Those would be longer burning carbohydrates that would be more sustainable for their workouts. Someone who is happy with their weight but just wants enough energy to work out, or who is doing the kind of workout that puts their heart rate in a very high zone throughout the workout, would benefit from more carbohydrates, particularly just before they work out, but always included with that would be some protein source. So you wouldn't necessarily have a high insulin spike, which would cause you to have a blood sugar interaction, which later you would have an insulin valley and a blood sugar low. So right after your workout, you might feel crappy and need to go home and rest because your blood sugars dropped and you burned up everything that you had available from your workout. So I know some of you have experienced times like that. So there's things that we can do in preparation for those workouts. Sometimes I hear people say, I can't eat before I work out. I don't know if any of you have had that feeling, but you could do something small before a workout that would still give you sustainable energy during the workout. Someone who's looking to gain is going to have more of an equal proportion of calories from protein and carbohydrates, and then add more natural fat to help supplement those calories, but make sure they're coming from healthier sources. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does.
So Ken told me he's doing more high-intensity interval training and that when he has carbs before his workout, he's feeling better, and that makes a lot of sense. Natalie, when you're doing workouts on your own or when you're expecting to be working with your trainer, what kind of workouts are you anticipating?
Well, I am definitely going to start doing the high intensity. I want to try that. But right now, you know, when I've trained for marathons and stuff, I've done treadmill and just walking distances. I've always done energy bars, organic energy bars.
Okay.
Green, or I forget the name of the